Underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brett Berry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. What a run they've had this year, in first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And checking out Dallas. Not really any threat right now, as their record showing a lot more losses.
You know, right now, Dallas, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Now, you just don't want to sit in the middle for too long. You either want to be competing against the top teams or starting to strategize where you can position yourself for a high lottery pick and maybe turn around your franchise's fortunes.
Now, we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with J.J. Barea, and it's Marjanovic in at the center. We've got Shorty, also B-Train out there. Z out there with Slim. Doncic feeling it out. The pass to Barea. The feed to Hardaway. Count that one. And in tonight's game, pride definitely burned at stake. When you were with the Spurs, or any of the teams, talk about some of the epic conference rivalries you played in.
Well, I always go back to playing against the Phoenix Suns in the 7 seconds or less Steve Nash-led teams, along with Amari Stoudemire and what Mike D'Antoni was introducing to the game back in 2005, 2006, which, by the way, Kevin, everybody's doing now.
Right, yeah.
But tremendous talent on the court at that time, tremendous disparity in style of play, and watching Steve Nash during MVP years trying to conduct his team against the vaunted Spurs. Fantastic, incredibly competitive match.
And a lot of speed. I mean, it was eye-opening to watch.
And it was the Spurs trying to catch up. So how are we going to do the rock'em sock'em game against the 7 seconds or less? We kind of took care of it.
There's B-Train. He had 13 points in the win against Minnesota.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
Now, here's Doncic. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Kings in Sacramento.
Let's just not forget about the work on the glass, Kevin. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
D passes to Shorty. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Barea. He's coming off a 25-point game against Sacramento.
As passing another high point in that game, he made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Here's Shorty, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Porzingis.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
At the line, Shorty, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now here's Porzingis playing Sacramento. He was nearly unstoppable. Correa, the pass to Marjanovic. He kicks to Hardaway. Back to Marjanovic. It's blocked. And they're pushing it up. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. And even 3-on-3 break. Hardaway with a wide open look. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Hardaway has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, that's a rhythm shot, and when Tim Hardaway Jr. finds that kind of rhythm, he becomes a much more solid offensive option.
Here's B-Train, guarded by Hardaway. Shorty, the pass to B-Train. And easy 2 points on the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to speak with Terry Stotts. Defensively, they'll be focused on Luka Doncic.
The Mavericks are going for a different look here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Turner comes in for Doncic. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for J.J. Barea. Here's Kleber. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Wright outside. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And here's Porzingis for a three. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That's some great awareness. The clock's running down. Porzingis with the presence of mind to know just how much time was left and beats the shot clock.
Chan passes to Slaughter. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
And checking out the stats for Porzingis. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. He's putting up about 28 points a game, 8 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. And his defensive presence inside, not to be overlooked. He builds a wall around the basket.
Yeah, over this whole last stretch of games, he's been shutting down the lane with total authority. Impressive stuff.
Now here's Porzingis, providing around 26.5 points a game. Rarely has an off night.
I love the quick decision making from Turner there. Deadly at sinking the catch and shoot jumper.
And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
Brunson kicks to Kleber. Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there. And another basket for Dallas. 52 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Passes it to Slaughter. Hook shot. That's in. Coming off the assist from Thompson.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Right, the pass to Porzingis. Kleber kicks to Brunson. Right outside. Charity stripe shot and another basket for Dallas. There's 25 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Baller, Turner covering, pass to Slaughter. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And Porzingis launches it from deep. Oh, he got it to go.
Patient. Bam. Woo.
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an incredible shot there. Just let it fly, take a chance, and somehow that one goes in.
And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the
older brother. He was a big fan of him.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Evan Turner, Jalen Brunson out there with Wright. And there's Porzingis, and it's Kleba in at the 5 down low. I often hear about players talk about their favorite spot to fire from on the floor. How much of an effect does that really have, the favorite shooting spot?
Most of the time, Kevin, what you're talking about is star guys because they're the ones who ultimately in any given possession the coach is trying to find that guy in that spot to do something. What happens throughout the course of a year is when that player has the ball there, everybody else knows what to do.
Right.
Like the player knows what he's going to do, right, Kevin? Because he's the star player. But everybody around gets comfortable with the options and where it is that he goes. If he goes right, if I slide right, I'm going to get the 3. If he goes left, he's spinning back. I might move towards the top of the key. So the familiarity of not just the player, but the players around the player, that's where you can make it happen.
That's interesting. Brunson scanning the floor. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Brunson's got 4 points in the quarter. Gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. To the middle, here's Chan. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Dallas calls timeout.
Whether things are good, bad,
Brings a go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Doncic comes in for Turner. Hardaway's checked in for Wright. And Barea subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Barea kicks to Hardaway. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
and a chance to check out stats for Barea. Breaking down his play since the All-Star break. Getting around 12 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now the pass to Big Daddy. Here's Shorty. Here's Big Daddy, guarded by Barea. Here's Big Daddy on the mark with the 15-footer.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Here's Big Daddy. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Mavericks leading by 3. Barea looking over the floor. Just 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Here's Big Daddy. Sweet little floater. Big Daddy's got 6 points.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
To the paint, here's Marjanovic. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Marjanovic has got the lead back up to 6 now for the Mavs. 1:51 left in the second quarter. Here's Shorty. The teardrop falls in. He has 7.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Doncic passes to Hardaway. Pass to Marjanovic. From deep. The shot, no good. Gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Here's Big Daddy. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
Dallas calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball from Maxi Kleba. Now a chance to check out the top NBA block leaders. Second, Porzingis.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
.59 seconds left now here in the second. High post try. That one good for 2. Porzingis has got 8.
Yeah, Porzingis read that extremely well. He recognized right away he was going to get that shot.
B, guarded by Hardaway. To the right side. Baller gets it to go from beyond the arc. Baller's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Barea, the pass to Doncic. Now here's Barea. He's guarded closely. Passes to B. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
Doncic with it. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. From deep three-point range, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The home team leading by a point. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. Taking a look at this home squad. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they're not matching up well defensively, giving up a lot of open looks, a lot of easy points. They're allowing a crazy high shooting percentage, 60% and up. Time to step it up quick.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Look at Big Daddy. What a contribution.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Shorty out there at B-Train. Then it's D. Then there's Slim. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. A nice shot by Barea. Barea's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Mavs.
And that's exactly what you want to start the second half. Smart play call.
Halftime talks can go all over the board, but right there coming out, that's the way you want to start the half. Be aggressive.
And that one is good. When certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought 2 ways. the point guard who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys, and it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball, Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
6 to shoot. Porzingis kicks to Hardaway. Poked away, and he stepped in the line, so they turn it over.
And a chance to check out the stats for D. How his last 10 games have gone. 5th in three-point shooting, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage. Really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And yeah, he's one of the dead-eye sharpshooters in the game for sure. A top 5 percentage guy from deep. Just a hard man to slow down. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Hits it from three-point range. And that's 11 points for Porzingis.
So your 7-3 guy can shoot three-pointers? Huh. That must be cool.
Shorty the pass to D. And the layup is good.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
Doncic outside. And here is Marjanovic. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Inside. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Turner comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for J.J. Barea. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for him. Turner, the bounce pass. Pass to Brunson. Tipped away. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock by, and they turn it over. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Saturday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Phoenix to take on the Suns. And then on Monday, they'll tip off a homestand, starting with the Houston Rockets.
And looking at that Jazz matchup, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Dallas. Here's Big Daddy. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Kleber. Another 3 for Dallas.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Here's Thompson, and some very quick points for him on that possession.
He is just so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then use that beautiful spin to just blow by you.
Brunson the pass to Wright, and yes, it's good. Wright's got 6 points.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
The pass to Big Daddy. There's 1:54 left in the third. Releases from the wing and drills it. He's got 12.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
It's tipped. And the foul on Big Smooth. That's his first foul. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Dallas. .135 left to play in the third. Now Brunson. He's got 6. Clock at 4. Here's Turner. White trying to break free. And Turner with the basket on the assist by Porzingis.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Thompson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Porzingis.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
That one is off. And he's good on the second. 1:06 left to play in the third. Pass to Doncic. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Back to Thompson. The 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Thompson's got 6.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
With the fadeaway. The shot that time not on target.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
Yeah, hard to stop it there if you're the big man. That's just too good a shot and great concentration.
D, he's checked in for Thompson. And Dallas with a change here too. Marjanovic checked in for Evan Turner. Mavericks trail by 7. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Passes it to Doncic. Dallas again with the bucket.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Over to the left wing. Cans the shot with nobody near him. He's got 8.
And you got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. The home team up by 4. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
Tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the floor for Dallas, Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Hardaway is out there with Wright, and it's Marjanovic in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And he decides to go old school with the finger roll.
Now here's Wright. Doncic outside. Swiped away. And they're running. Moving it up. Here's Baller. Got a piece of it.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's B-Train, by Hardaway, and that one good. 6 points for B-Train.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. It's going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Marjanovic finds Hardaway. Lock at 6. Outside, Porzingis. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Baller passes to D. Here's B-Train. Pass to Baller. The high post shot and right on target. Good.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
A pass to Porzingis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
That's a big target in Porzingis, but he delivers.
There's the pass to D. There's B-Train. Passes to Ball. And Boban Marjanovic picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Shorty, he's checked in for Ball.
Substitution. Shorty.
Pass to B-Train. Here's Shorty, guarded by Barea. 5 on the clock. Here's Shorty. Bullseye. Shorty. Dallas calls timeout.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He told them, look, guys, we're running out of time. If we're going to make a move, it's got to be now. Are you guys ready to make a move? They all nodded, and he said, then go take it. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Doncic. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
D passes to Shorty. The pass to D. And it's off from three-point range. Doncic right side. Outside, Porzingis. Outside, Hardaway. And it's Dallas with another.
Hardaway Jr. just stepping up big time.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Passes it to Shorty. Floats one. Aguilar. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Lets it fly from 18. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Here's D. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Here's Hardaway. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Hardaway Jr. with a show of strength who got to the inside there and then converted through the contact.
free throw line.
Growing up in the Bay Area, I worked out a lot and spent a lot of time with Tim Hardaway Sr. I remember the killer crossover. And Tim Hardaway Jr. continues to show why he belongs in the league after a lot of hard work on his own.
Now here's Barea. Not a lot of room. To the paint. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
And so the timeout by Terry Stotts here. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Shorty.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything. This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Now, here's Doncic, guarded close. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
How about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
Free throw good from Doncic.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Here's Shorty, guarded by Porzingis. Here's B-Train. It drops.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Dallas calls timeout. They're behind by 4. 40 seconds left in the fourth. Seconds left in the fourth quarter, and he commits the intentional foul. There's 38 seconds left in the game. Three-pointer. Buries it from three-point range.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're trailing by 7. 29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Barea. He's guarded closely. Out to Doncic. From outside the arc. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways. Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Taking 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Some padding here on the free throw line. Some good work.
And so it's Dallas with it.
Can't waste any time here.
So it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. got to fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
Berea kicks to Marjanovic. Outside Hardaway. Marjanovic with it. Here's Doncic on the money.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
And so the home crowd treated to a win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that's going to